What does the Vagabond and the thrift store have in common? They both care about tags. Greek fire is in the house. This is Vagabond. This poor little potato is alone in this hostile alien world. And on top of that, he can't even wield the same weapon twice. That's right, folks. Welcome to the Vagabond guide / playthrough, where we show you how we can break open this sad, lonely little potato. This character does get a harvesting penalty, so we'll pick up some attack speed. Now, Vagabond, the potato that can equip 2 weapons at the same time. However, the equipped weapons always contribute to the class bonus of other equipped weapons. What this means is you can have as many weapon tags as you want, which is why we picked the quarterstaff, which has the primitive and medieval tags. So this character is all about maximizing what you can do with those weapon tags, as I should have picked up the coupon there. But hey, we're trying a new style. Be easy on me. So the key to Vagabond is to maximize the style of weapon tags in order to make up for the disadvantages this character has. Notably, this character gets -5 armor and half modifications to luck and harvesting, meaning harvesting is not how you want to scale, and well, this character is just plain unlucky. If he wasn't, then he wouldn't be a Vagabond. Do love a defective steroids. We'll pick that up. Melee is the name of the game here, and we will expand more shortly. Do love a fist. Again, we can see here we're already at 4 in unarmed, 4 at primitive, 4 at medieval, and 4 at precise, giving us a solid little starting slew of weapons. Of course, love a treat. So we've got our little motley weapons up and running as our poor little Vagabond is trying to find a home. We'll go ahead and smash on through some of these enemies. No worries and no problem. As we zoom here, wave 3, nope, no issues. Let's see, glasses, sure, for free. We'll take that to get to our range online. Normally wouldn't mind harvesting here, but again, not with the penalties this character has, and we'll take the max HP. Again, Cacti Club, something I really like to see on Vagabond, notably due to this heavy tag. We can now see here with this Cacti Club, we get that nice 20% damage modifier, which will of course raise to 25%. We'll go ahead and grab a tree, and I'm not in a huge rush to grab that final weapon. But you can see we've already got, I believe, 4 unique weapon tags, which are helping us really offset those penalties that we have on this character, on this sad little potato. So I do think we're off to the races here as we build a melee character. Now, the reason we're going melee as opposed to, say, ranged is just because there's more useful weapon tags. The gun weapon tag, for example, is not really useful maximizing because it just gives range, and some of the others are a little rare. For example, it's hard to get the heavy weapon tag on ranged weapons unless you're very lucky. Wave 4 in the books for free. Do like going berserker, and we'll go ahead and keep cranking that crit. Now, notably, again, we can't buy 2 of the same weapons, even though we can get many weapon tags. So, sorry, Cacti Club. We're just going to upgrade rather than get another one here. I do actually quite like mixing in 1 single pruner. It's only 12, but allows us to hit that 25 harvesting. We're going to have to jump. And defective steroids, a solid weapon here as we had it here into wave 5. And look at that. We get our little garden, our little alien, and dance around and enjoy their ye old time. So wave 5, feeling pretty confident this shouldn't be too difficult. So we'll go ahead and see ya. No issues at all. Picked up a crate, got our pruners ready to go, and wave 5 is in the book. For free, do not mind a bat. Not a big fan of the HP regen. Love the melee damage. We'll take the luck, even though we don't really have any, as we can see, only 5 luck. Leather vest gives us some solid defense. Don't really need the icicle. Love a gentle alien, as I usually do, as we now have max weapon tags of unarmed, primitive, support, and medieval, and precise. So that's a total of 15 crit, 3 armor, 6 dodge, 15 dodge, 25 damage, 25 harvesting, as well. Yep, that 15 crit. So you can see, not a bad set of starting bonuses. Definitely worth that -1 armor. From here, we're going to play this character like a normal melee character, maybe getting a little tricky with the tags, depending on what comes our way. Extra spicy if we get a legendary tag, for example. We'll have to think about that. In the meantime, you can see our character here is starting to take shape. The little Vagabond is slowly finding a home. They still have their little rucksack hanging off their shoulder, and their little pail, and their little checkered handkerchief cloth, like they do in the movies. Our guy is wandering around, We'll clean this up here. No issues, no problem. Just going to demolish right on through because that's what lonely potatoes do. Didn't even mean to rhyme there. At a solid melee damage here, 14. Definitely not too shabby. We'll go and upgrade our quarterstaff, scaling off melee as well as our level. Incidentally enough, do like upgrading the knife as well. Don't love going backwards, and things are halved our upgrades here. So we'll go ahead and skip Peaceful Bee. We're going to go ahead and pass that gecko. Really tempted to get a handcuffs, although our HP is only at 42. So we'll go ahead and grab a charcoal and think about it. I do think the handcuffs are good enough to take even this early on. Wave 7, we're going to do our favorite Easter egg hunt. We'll go ahead and smash a couple eggs down here. Smash this other egg here. But you can see our damage is doing a-okay, as we're doing a solid job of staying abreast of all these little measly pesky aliens. We'll go ahead and smash this egg. Crack this egg open as we succeed in our Easter egg hunt. Wave 7 looking okay, although we did let one of these suckers spawn here in the end, but I am not particularly worried about it, which means you shouldn't be worried about it either. But wave 7 looking good. We're gonna go ahead and clean up here. Don't even care about that last egg, and we're done. For free luck and defective steroids, we'll take our first tick of armor, and speed, crit, both quite good, but I don't like being slow. We'll go ahead and actually take these handcuffs. 8 melee damage I think is valuable enough, even if we have to cap our HP at 46. We'll go ahead and take the insanity. We have a solid amount of percent damage, and for the same reason, we'll go ahead and pick up that metal plate after this wave. Wave 8, obviously, where things get a little trickier. We go ahead and dodge these bruisers, but our Vagabond graduated from the School of Hard Knocks, so these bruisers stand no chance against our street smarts. We go ahead and matrix dodge a couple more of these here and a couple more of these here, but doing a very good job of actually keeping the map clear, because we do take some damage, but I think we'll be okay. But damage already looking a decent spot. Already seeing crits on the map for over 100 and 102, 111. I mean, we have multiple weapons hitting for a solid amount. We will try to take out as many of these bruisers as we can, but honestly, off to a solid start here. Damage feels okay. We're actually doing a decent job cleaning this wave up, which is pretty good. You see almost 300 materials on wave 8, which is pretty solid, especially with limited harvesting. Do like a bag, of course. Looking for a bit of a better value upgrade, so we'll take that percent damage. Do like the metal plate. Somewhat tempted by the medical tag, however, that only gives you HP regen, which is not something I am super concerned about, so we will pass on. I do think Goat Skull is worth it in this situation. Somewhat tempted by the head injury, but we will pass. We'll go ahead and grab an upgraded hatchet, and then go ahead and pass the helmet. I'll think about that. Hatchet notably scales off of attack speed just a bit, so something we want to keep an eye on as we move through wave 9. But I do think we've reached the point here, a little Vagabond's journey, where our melee damage has scaled to the point where I think we're off to a solid start here. So I have really no concerns here about wave 9. But you can see the advantage of mixing and matching all these melee weapons seems to be working. We have several valuable tags giving us a ton of useful stats. In addition, they all have about the same-ish attack pattern. So we're doing a-okay. Just going to go ahead and clean up here and do our thing. I do like wave 9 though. Wave 9 is when you get to feel good about yourself, because you are able to just kill a lot of little aliens. And I don't know about you, that sounds like a good time to me. Did see that dodge there, which, you know, is benefit of having all these tags, getting that 15% dodge from the maxed unarmed tag, which of course we only have one fist, so unarmed is not really something I would go after. But here, I sure as heck did. Wave 9, no problem. No whetstone needed. I do like the knockback on melee. Take a touch of armor. Looking for a better upgrade, like 15% attack speed, which is much better. Enough range, really do like a blindfold. Tardigrade, not bad, but I feel okay without it. We go ahead and swap out a blue fist here. Considering an improved tools, 10% attack speed is quite good. So we'll go ahead and take that, even though we don't have any structures. Not doing the explosive thing in this run, and love to see both the Rip and Tear and then a bait, which we'll pick up after this as we head into wave 10. Rip and Tear, definitely one of the better melee items, as it helps with melee's, I think, biggest weakness, which is the natural lack of clear. Most melee weapons in Brotato have. So I am excited to see one of those, especially as early as wave 10. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. Anyway, we're going to keep blasting, continuing to cut through these aliens, no issues. Doing lots of boom, boom, booms. I Want You in My Room. Great song. If not, a great movement. Go ahead and finish cleaning up this wave here on wave 10. We can see the explosions chain together just a bit. Obviously want to keep getting our melee damage up. We're currently at 29, which is not terrible for this point in the game, but hey, it's going to always be a little better. But you can see pretty clean run there. For free, sure, we'll take a cute monkey. Looking for a better upgrade, like another 15% attack speed. Love a bait. We'll go ahead and take a snail just to slow things down for our foes. Broken mouth would be good, but hey, we're capped. And I am happy to see a knife. One of my favorite melee weapons. Definitely going to grab a blindfold to help that knife out. I don't really think we want to do the weird ghost. Knife nobly gets that beautiful 3.5% crit modifier, which just means it's such a good single target weapon. Go ahead and dodge around. You see that? Matrix dodges, not hit once from baits. Thank you. I'll be here all day. But we're doing a solid job of maximizing this character, I think, so far. Strong melee character, and we're doing a good job getting all the benefit from those weapon tags. So we'll go ahead and just clean up a couple more of these aliens here and continuing to cut through them. Really no issues. And wave 8 looks to be one for the history books, because our little vagabond is trying to find their way home. Or maybe they're happy being out. Who am I to judge? Love another bait for free, although I do think we're going to an elite, so we may want to be a little bit cautious about that. And again, keep cranking that attack speed. Love a ritual, of course. Percent damage, lifesteal, all things we like to see. Somewhat tempted by hammer. The blunt tag does give you minus 10% speed, so something you want to think about if you're already a bit of a heavy boy, although notably does give you that 3 armor, as well as max HP, which we can't take advantage of as we picked up the handcuffs pretty early. So we're going to try to take out this fisherman boy, as I like to call him, as we also, ooh, look at that. We are able to, I think, effectively take out the little bait guys. Lampreys, I think, is the official enemy name. So you can see, feeling pretty good. Feeling on top of my dodges here for the most part. Kind of hard now that he's in the corner. I'm just going to go ahead and run around and reset him a bit. There we go. I would say no issues. I'd say we'll call that medium issues, mild issues. But overall, not too bad. Again, you can see the power of those tags really helping us out there. Really helping on our defense. Back up to armor. Positive armor at 5, even though we had the -5 start. Again, with these tags helping out, giving us all those valuable extra stats. Nice in value. You don't know, one thing about me. I love me. Good value. So wave 12, feeling good. For free, pile of books. You know, obviously not going to turn on the crit chance. Focus, -3 attack speed for every different weapon you have. I don't know if that's the right pick on this character. Happy with 6 melee damage and a little bit of armor, as we're not going to let increase our HP, like a blindfold, as well as coffee, one of my favorite items. We'll get a range back positive, which I think will be useful for us as well, with that poisonous tonic helping us out. Do like getting this hatchet upgraded, and we're going to get a red hatchet. I don't know about you, but that's pretty exciting. How many times do you see a red hatchet in Potato? Not very often, so I think we should all be excited as we head here on wave 13. Making good use of the Vagabond. Can I speak? Not really, but I do my best anyway, and I appreciate everyone who's patient enough to listen in with. But 200 crits, that's pretty solid. Likely the knife is getting those crits. And with this attack speed actually hitting quite high, 76, this hatchet is hitting pretty hard. So I'm pretty pleased to see us take advantage of that. Notably, the hatchet, as well as the, I believe, spiked fist, use attack speed as modifiers in this game. So definitely happy to see this updates a little bit more flexible ways you can build characters. Really interested in the sharp tooth as well. Definitely some fun things we're gonna be doing with vampire and that. A bit of a tougher character, but one that you can make pretty strong with the right sort of picks. The wave 13, no issues, no problem, in control. And I believe we have a horde wave coming up here on a wave 14. Look at that. Schmoop, hate losing melee damage, and we can't get any more HP, so we'll go ahead and recycle that. And look at this. How many times do you see a red hatchet? It's Vagabond time. And interestingly enough, that's a weapon they may actually have. Weird Ghost, not going to do anything for us. Should have upgraded that fist, but that's what's called anti-streamer luck. Anyway, we don't really need the harvesting anymore. It was just sort of a bit for the lulz at the start. So we'll go ahead and grab the sword, notably blade and medieval tag. Actually now giving us the blade tag as well, which gives us pretty valuable 5 melee damage, 5 life steal. Blade is actually one of the better tags, so I'm happy to see that. Although I believe we saw a chopper at the beginning, and that's not really one of the weapons I want to go for. Sword, definitely an item I want to mix in here. Night sword, if we do see it, which we did, so I'm happy, which means you should be happy too. 5 melee damage, 5 life steal, offense and defense, and 1 beautiful weapon tag. We are here in wave 14. Very glad I do have that. rip and tear us. It definitely makes this a lot easier. I do think we'd be fine. I mean, look at this. Just cutting through. Just cutting through. Our Vagabond knows no weaknesses. This is a pretty strong Vagabond. What can I say? Look at this. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Bang. Yep, I'd say that's pretty good. Look at our guy. He is back, and he means business. He started off so weak and so lonely, but now he finds himself strong at the center of attention. Anyway, wave 14 wrapped up. Whetstone, no thank you. Don't really need it. We're going to grab some crit chance as well as a little bit more speed. Give it another sword here. Valuable enough where I'm happy to dunk it and grab the purple version. Don't really care about the XP. Pocket Factory can be kind of fun for the memes. But I don't think we necessarily need it here. Really like both these items here, Silver Bullet as well as Gentle Alien, which I should have bought in reverse order. But hey, what can I say? I am not perfect. We do have an elite cutoff on wave 18. So I should have bought the Gentle Alien first in order to maximize the number of elites I was going to see, or enemies I'm going to see on this wave. But hey, what can you do? But we built this guy into a little bit of a wrecking ball here. And I think that is boding well for us as we now have, I believe, all 6 weapon tags that we wanted. So that is pretty good. We just want to make sure we can get around these. Junker enemy types, or as I like to call them, the wizard, because they look like wizards to me, although that's not what the game calls them, but I only listen to things sometimes, of which this is not one of them. Got a couple crates here, despite the fact we only have 8 luck, so that's feeling good. Nice third crate on the ground there. Wave 15, doing my thing, zipping, zapping, and slicing my way through. Wave 15, no issues. All right, got an ice cube, 10%. I don't think we're really going to be doing any elemental damage, but I'll take it just in case we run into a worm or something. Don't really need alien magic. We're already capped on max HP, like a head injury. Speed and percent damage, both quite good here. At 13 speed, we'll go ahead and pick it up. Gentle Alien, love it. Boxing Glove, love it. Already have the primitive tag, and I do not mind a dangerous bunny. Upgrade that quarterstaff. Grab another dangerous bunny, because why not? Peacock, I guess I'll take it, although not strictly necessary here. And of course, love a treat. Now let's quickly look. We have an unarmed tag at 1, precise tag at 2, primitive and heavy tags at 3 and 4, blade at 5, and 6 being medieval, rounding it out, meaning we're getting 6 unique types of bonuses here. Pretty powerful. And again, sort of the bonus of playing this character. I mean, you can go ahead and compile that as we've done. Definitely makes up for the disadvantage. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say Vagabond is an insanely powerful potato. It's one that you can definitely get going with some effectiveness that I think we are actually demonstrating pretty well here. We'll go ahead and cut our way through wave 16. Cutting our way, I want to say a little bit more, as we slash our way through. And we are just wrapping this up. Really no issues. I'm barely dodging. I'm barely trying. I'm just running into enemies. But I'm finding myself A-okay, which usually makes you happy because that means you built a good rotator character. I did say rotator instead of rotato because I sometimes say the wrong thing, but don't we all? Don't need a toxic sludge. Looking for a better upgrade. We're going to take some armor, again, due to our limited health. So we have 3 more waves, which means 15% damage at 242. Maybe not quite worth it. I do think this claw is going to be better for us than the fist, especially with that community support. They do about the same damage, but we're going to continue to increase our attack speed. Vigilante ring, probably not worth it at this stage in the game. And again, we're going to go and do the scared sausage, a bit of a combo here with this ice cube. So interestingly, this reads they take 10% more damage for 3 seconds when they're hit by elemental damage. Not that we have to necessarily do elemental damage to them. So I do think we're going to have some fun with that. But getting that little fist upgrade there, and with community support, boy howdy, I think we're in the room to, or in the area to take this over. But I'm feeling pretty good about where this is on wave 17. As you probably noticed here in this video, I'm tinkering around a bit with doing some different editing techniques in my videos. I am a little bit motivated to actually spend some time on my YouTube channel, which is those of you who have watched me for a while, I sort of just do, like on occasion. I just sort of, when I feel like it. But I feel a bit of motivation, maybe a muse, maybe a calling, one might say, to put a little more time in this channel. And as such, I do plan on experimenting with some other video editing techniques, just to try to make it a bit of a more cohesive narrative rather than you watching me play for 30 minutes straight. So we'll see. I'm sure I'll have some good luck as well as bad luck. I'm actually not a good video editor. I barely know what I'm doing. So, I'm sure there's going to be many bumps and bruises there along the road as we wrap this up. All right, campfire for free. Still don't want it. Snake for free. Sure, I'll take that. And I'm happy with a little bit more armor. Alloy, one of my favorite items. Crit, a solid 60. Love to see that. Melee damage, love to see that. Really interesting items here. So we're going to try something actually quite interesting. We do have a way to apply burning, and Greek Fire doesn't really care about how much you do. It just deals a % damage. So kind of doing a bit of a hybrid build here. We head into wave 18. We can set this little bat thing on fire, and that Greek Fire should actually function similarly to a Giant's Belt. So you can see pretty effective 9-second elite kill there using a hybrid elite fire. Greek Fire is in the house. Wow. That was actually kind of interesting. But that is one of my favorite things about this update with items like Snowball and the Nail and Greek Fire. There's just a lot more items in Brotato that I think encourage hybrid builds, which is something that I've really wanted to see in the game personally. I think Brotato, really one of the issues, I would say, again, it's a minor issue, but one thing I think maybe could be adjusted is, in order to play Brotato most efficiently, this often requires you to really focus on one damage type with no others, as in hybrid builds and build or versions of the game past have been very, very inefficient. So I do like seeing ways to mix and match damage types, build types. I just think it presents a little bit more of an interesting decision tree. Explosive shells, no thank. Triangle of power, will take that. No campfire. Looking for a bit of a better upgrade, like 6 melee damage. I would say that is a better upgrade. Do love our red sword here. Very, very solid. Don't really need the spear. Vigilante ring for 1 wave, no thank you. Recycling machine, too late for you to help me. Baby gecko, I'm actually quite pleased with 21 range. I think that's about right. Do like a fin. Notably, the negative luck will only be half due to this character's HP or luck modification penalty, and I don't think we need any of these, as we're doing this all at 46 health, by the way, mind you. Anyway, wave 18. I think we've compiled a pretty solid character here. We seem to have some nice stats, solid stats, which we'll review after this. But I think we're going to just go ahead and blast through wave 19. Feeling nice and good about our wee little Vagabond. Will they be able to find a home? Will they be able to find a home by beating these 2 ugly bosses on wave 20? My hope is yes, right? Because everybody deserves a nice warm bed at night when they're feeling a little chilly, right? Can we do that for a little Vagabond? I think we can. Through the power of belief as well as good vibes, I think we can. Anyway, my name is Sean. Wave 19 shield time. I run a channel here called Sean's Here. I do it mostly for fun. I make videos occasionally, although I'm trying to turn that occasionally into frequently due to a bolt of inspiration, of which I was referencing earlier. I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to this channel. It just gives me motivation to keep doing it and helps me see the progress. If you can hit that like button, that thumbs up, smash that like and subscribe, bro. That would be even better. But I appreciate everyone who watches the content as we wrap here. Wave 19, feeling nice and good. No lens needed. I'll go ahead and take the armor. I think our crit is max, and our dagger, which it is 100% chance, which I like to see. But I'll grab that claw tree. Now we're going to keep on zooming here. Thunder sword, somewhat tempting. Not quite what I want to do. We'll give this the elemental tag. I'm actually pretty pleased with these weapons, so we'll go ahead and pass that. Like the defective steroids. Pistol, not what we need. Cacti Club will go ahead and upgrade and grab mastery. Actually quite solid here, as well as leather vest. We're over the HP cap, so that really is a net benefit for us. So look at where we've ended up. 63 crit chance, as well as a pretty nice 63 melee damage. Solid armor, lower max HP, and notably 6 different tags. So I think we played this character pretty well. Let's see how we fare against the bosses. So you can see damage seems pretty good. Range maybe a little low, but I'm able to hug the bosses close enough where first one out, I did perfect that first boss, although there was a dodge, but hey, who is counting? Second dodge, so I would have been hit twice. But I'm still pretty happy how this fight is going. Gonna wrap this up. The Vagabond has a home. He is moving in about 1 second. Moving in right now. We got the Vagabond home. Anyway, as always, appreciate you guys watching. That was a kind of a fun run, just showing how this character I think is meant to be played. Some solid damage here. My guess is the Knight Sword dealing the most, which 15k, just out damaged by the knife and Knight Sword, dealing by far and away the most damage out. But that was a solid run. As always, thank you for watching. What does the Vagabond and the thrift store have in common? They both care about tags.